Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. I have the MS3X here, but this video is not really about the MS3X. It's not that important to this. What I want to see is, can I tell the difference in the plastic? A lot of companies have gone to a primary plastic internals. Some use black, some seem to switch back and forth depending on what model their cube is. And from what I have heard from the first puzzle that really started to switch over to primary, that made it kind of a big deal, was the Volk series. And from what I heard, the designer did that. They switched to primary because people made such a big deal over what color the plastic was. It was that, hey, look, there's no difference, and I'll show you with this. With that said, I also did a video many years ago, like, I don't know, 70 years ago, show with a primary plastic puzzle, a black plastic, a white plastic, and a stickerless one, I think it was. I don't know. It was, and seeing if there was a difference, and I could not feel a difference. So what I'm going to do, this one's brand new out of the box. The other one is not, and I've already set it up. So what I need to do is wipe out the other one and replace the core, because I already replaced the core once, but I want them to be the exact same settings. Before I do anything, let's see how it is. Yeah, it's very dry. So I need them to be the exact same on both. So I need to replace this core back to here. Actually, wait, did I already? Oh, yeah, I already did put it back. A lot of people ask on the Facebook groups, how do I clean my puzzle? How am I supposed to clean my puzzle? What's the best way of cleaning my puzzle? Da, 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 da. And they're like, do I need to use water? Do I need to use this? You don't need to do any of that. Just grab some paper towel. That's literally it. Just grab some paper towel, wipe it down. That's all you have to do. Also, are these edges? No, I need to adjust. Well, here, I'll just put these back. My guess, though, is it's still going to feel different because I've used it a little bit. I need to check what settings I have for the spring compression, but I'm going to imagine that at first it's going to be different. My guess is that when I add lubrication, I'm going to feel absolutely no different in any of it. So that's the one thing that I think is going to be the big difference maker. But let's talk about the history of plastic feeling different. The really big change that happened had to do with the Diane 2x2. I think they did call it the Diane Sanchi 2x2. And not just Diane 2x2. And the stickerless plastic was a different type of plastic than the stickered. And so the different plastic did feel different because it was literally a different material. And what happened was people would then take some stickerless parts of one puzzle and replace it with another. And this is also where force cubes came to be. They would swap out stickerless plastic pieces and make the cubes, force the cubes to be competition legal. And that's how that really came about. Well, now stickerless cubes are legal, so we don't have to worry about swapping plastic. And stickerless plastic is pretty much the same as the black plastic that you would normally use. People might argue that you could feel the difference in the primary plastic because there is no dye in there. However, I find that very negligible, the difference in that. It's like, shout out to one of my classes that we talked about this randomly. It's like when they add the orange coloring to cheddar cheese. Yeah, cheddar cheese is not actually that color. Some people say they can taste the difference, and the difference of being able to actually taste the food coloring is negligible. Cube plastic colors and cheddar cheese. This is what we're talking about today, kids. This is what we're doing. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the same amount of lubrication to both. Now, with all this said, you might ask, why don't you just get a new one that's a primary plastic? And I could have, but I'm getting these from SpeedCube Shop, and although my partnership with them would allow me to, and Cameron would probably say, yeah, sure, that's fine, I'm still very reluctant to ever overstep any bounds. I want what I'm doing to be respectful of their time and their finances and be able to give you the best information without feeling like I'm taking advantage of anyone. I feel like the primary plastic feels slightly more broken in, so, or it feels, almost feels heavier to me. Is it heavier? Let's find out. 74.6, 74.0, yes, 0.6 grams. I knew I could feel a difference. No, probably can't feel that difference at all, but okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, again, close my eyes. Primary. Yep. Primary. Okay. Got 2 of them in a row. Primary. 30. Primary. No. Okay. 3 to 1. Primary. Okay, 4 to 1. Primary. I think I'm going to call it good after one more try. If I get primary correct again, I'm going to tell my final thoughts on this. Primary. Nope. Primary. It's just suddenly jumping to the other side. Okay, so I could identify it about 2/3 of the time from the test I did. Now, is this a good test? Absolutely not. For various reasons. One reason is that one cube is a little more used than the other. Another reason is that I'm the one who set it up and I'm testing it. Another reason is I know what one kind of feels like more than another just from using it. So it's not anything really specific that I'm testing then, is it? It's just kind of what feeling I recognize. The fact, though, that I couldn't identify it close to 100% of the time surprised me whenever I got that one wrong. So it's close enough that I can't tell. But I think what's also more important is I can't also tell, like, or there's no difference in one being better than the other. One isn't really faster than the other. And with lubrication, like if I wanted one to feel gummier or smoother, I can just do that. So is there a perceivable difference in color of the plastic? When it's the same plastic, I would say absolutely none. But we would need a much more broader study with multiple people, multiple setup puzzles, and maybe with like a labeling of 1 through 10 of how smooth it is, how fast it is, something like that. So with all that said, if you are looking at different colored plastics, so the MS3 comes in both primary and black. Really what you want to look at is just what do you like the look of? The black one makes the puzzle stand out a bit more, I would say. The colors pop a bit more, but this one has a lighter color overall, it feels like. Maybe it's just the reflecting of the light from the inside of the pieces. I personally prefer black internals over the primary internals just for a look. But let me know what you think. What do you prefer the look of? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious what people prefer, because I think everyone was really apprehensive to primary plastic until they weren't anymore. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this really haphazard study that I just did. Let me know what color you prefer to see, or if you even feel like you can tell a difference in the feeling, and let me know your experience with that. Maybe you have a more detailed experience than I just did here. So thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.